toss that spinnerbait out. Oh, yes, sir. Don't do that again, though. Oh, some acrobatics on me today. Let's see, we're going boat flipping. Oh, yeah, don't break the rod. Hey, what's going on today, YouTube? Mike G back with another one here on Largemouth Blast. What today's video is gonna be about is my 3 top lures that are gonna get you guys the most success, most bass in the boat this time of the year. The fall transition starts to really bring that cold weather through, and you know, some more rainstorms, and really gets those fish fired up, getting ready to put that weight on for the winter. All right, y'all, if you like today's video, don't forget to hit that like button. I'll see y'all out on the pond. Peace. All right, y'all. Found my first one. He feels good. Oh, he's nice. No, 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 no. Come on. Oh, he's big. Ha ha. Let's go. Just where I thought he'd be. Wow, he is a tank, guys. Look at the mouth on him. Oh, let's go. I can't wait to pull him out of here. Oh, boy. Let's go. First fish of the day. That was maybe 3rd cast. Just setting up to tell you guys about the first lure that I like throwing this time of the year, especially when I come into the pond and I see water clarities down like this. Oh yes, let's go. That's easy, 4.5, maybe almost 5. I'm gonna go ahead and get it on the scale real quick. Just over 4. Woo. I got big eyes this morning. She's a big fish though. I guess just no weight to her. Woohoo! All right, baby. Go ahead and get on back in there. Man, that is a nice fish. All right, girl, holla back. I'll see you later. So let me tell you exactly why I'm using this bait, and this is the first lure on my top 3 lures that I'm gonna recommend to you guys to use this time of year during the fall transition. So because of the water clarity too today, that's the reason why I've chosen to go with this color, and I'm just using a 1/2 ounce Colorado blade. I've chose to use a gold blade. Just especially, like I said, for the water clarity today, with a 4-inch Gary Yamamoto trailer on it. And that's just a really nice swim bait trailer that I like to use. So the whole idea about using this trailer on the back of here is it gives the fish something to grab onto. You know, if I didn't have this trailer on here, it would just be the skirt. And when that fish came up and went to suck this in, it wouldn't really have any substance here to actually suck anything in. So I honestly very rarely fish a spinnerbait without a trailer on it, because I feel like it just gives me a lot better hookup opportunities and gives the fish a lot easier time getting that bait in its mouth and down, you know, down to a place where I'm going to be able to set the hook and not miss it. So I like to get up in these shallow areas, because I know that these bass are pushing these shad up shallow and schooling. Really, I recommend to you guys, you know, find some areas where you've caught fish before, or if you haven't, areas that kind of eddy in off of the main point, or, you know, just behind a main point like that, and cast this spinnerbait up there and search around for some bass that are in, you know, shooting these shad up shallow. So if you've caught a fish up shallow and you did catch a fish on your spinnerbait when you first got into your pond in 2 feet of water, go find other areas of the pond that are, you know, up shallow, similar structure, similar areas, and fish those with the same bait. That's how you guys develop a pattern when you're out fishing. You know, we're not just out here throwing around willy-nilly, you know, really doing whatever we want. What we're trying to do out here is we're trying to develop a pattern to get on these big fish, because that's ultimately what we all want, right? Everybody wants to go out and catch 4-5 pound bass. Well, these are the tips. This is the trick here that's going to help you find the areas that they're in. And these next 2 baits that I'm going to show you guys are really going to help you hone down those areas once you do find them with this search bait. Man, did he want, oh my, oh, no, oh, only on the back hook. Come on, please, come on. No. Oh, guys, another big one. Do it. No, 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 no. Oh, God. Come on. Got it, got it, got it. Yes, let's go. Oh, look at that. That hook just popped out. Oh, man. I mean, by the skin of his teeth, we had that fish. That's a solid 3 1/4 right there. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. Awesome deal. Awesome. So just fishing that, I'm not gonna be able to get it out of the net. Just fishing that Bill Dance popper. When I'm fishing this open water, love, love, love to go to, you know, a 2 1/2 inch this time of year, imitate those shad, a 2 1/2 inch Bill Dance, or, you know, whatever kind of popper you guys like. But I like to throw me something with a white belly and then maybe like a chartreuse top or something. Because when this thing chugs, oh yeah, get it in my hands, Mike. When this thing chugs, sometimes it'll roll, sometimes it'll do that. And I feel like, you know, this chartreuse top on it just gives a little glimmer, kind of makes a different little flash when this water's a little stained up. So that's the second lure. And that's going to be interchangeable with a small frog, you know, in a similar profile, similar size, with a white belly and a yellowish green, you know, chartreuse style top. These are my go-to top water baits this time of year. And depending on what I'm fishing, open water or muck, I'm throwing one or the other. And they are big fish baits this time of year, because those bass are really keying in on those smaller shads. And you saw him, man, he was angry. He came out of the water and boom, let's go. All right, let's get back on him. So as you guys can see, we've kind of pushed back into this little feeder creek area where a channel runs back through, and it's got, you know, pads and muck and weeds on both sides. And then when we get back closer to where the water actually feeds into the pond, I mean, it's stacked up with weeds and muck, and I mean, it gets really shallow back there. And that's where these bass are going to be keying in on, schooling these shad up back in these feeder creek areas, a little bit more shallow, and they're able to, you know, have an easier time schooling up more fish for bigger meals at a time as they prepare for the fall coming in. I don't know how I still have him. When I went to turn the camera on, whoa, buddy, oh, that's some acrobatics there. Oh man, he's heavy. Trying not to disturb this whole area. I was just saying to myself, man, he juiced that thing. I was just saying to myself, let's not get all up in here and get pushed on top of everything. And then he came up, as you guys saw. Man, dude, that thing, I'm gonna have to get the pliers on that boy. That thing is down in his mouth. But like I was saying, I mean, oh, I got it. Wasn't trying to push up in here real hard like that, but I saw him bust the top, and I couldn't help but cast on top of him. I mean, I just couldn't help myself. So now I gotta ease on back out of here real slow. So the last lure that I'm gonna recommend to you guys, and I highly, highly recommend this one. And my personal opinion of this lure, which is a Texas rig plastic worm, is you should always, always have this tied on, and you should never leave your house without it. So this is a big fish catcher all year long. Hot, cold, sunny, cloudy, storm, rain, anything. I don't care what you're fishing, where you're fishing, how you're fishing, fast, slow, jigging it, swimming it. You could work this on the surface, you know what I mean? This right here, this is the go-to. When you're having a trouble, you know, when you're not getting any reaction strikes or you're not getting anything on top, go find yourself some laydowns, go get into some isolated weed clumps, you know, some isolated pads like this is perfect to just get in here and slow down a little bit and pitch in between all these different areas and just work this worm right through here. You know, we already know that there's a bunch of fish swimming around through here because we've been catching them on the spinnerbait and the frog today. So, you know, when the bite gets a little bit tougher and that sun gets a little bit higher, this plastic worm is going to be your go-to for continuing to put fish in the boat throughout the day. So we have this isolated bush over here. It's just a brush pile underneath the water. And this is going to be, oh, look, he's already on it. Carrying it away. Oh man, I had to catch up with him. Look at that, guys. So this is gonna be a perfect bait this time of year when you guys come across some isolated brush piles, or, you know, some isolated pads where there's a whole, you know, pad section and there's only 5 or 6 sitting off by themselves. This big old Texas rig worm is gonna be a perfect bait for you guys to get in there when the sun gets up a little bit higher. You know, you don't have that cloud cover. Get in there, work them a little bit slower. You know, you're able to work this off the bottom, get those fish that are just a little bit more lethargic, especially when that sun's up in the heat of the day. So go ahead, pitch this Texas rig when you guys come across these secluded brush piles, and I guarantee you that a big old Texas rig worm is gonna catch you guys a bunch of fish this time of year. Yes, sir. What is it? Oh, nice bass. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Another one, guys. Listen, I'm telling you, look. So I'm looking down this bank here, and I got, you know, one brush pile here, you know, just another tree kind of sticking out over there. And then the next one's, you know, all the way down there. And then I don't see anything the rest of the way around the corner. So, oh, man, look at his mouth. I did not do that either, guys. That is... Let me get this out. Look at his mouth. Look, talk about an talk about an underbite, brother. Dang. Yes, sir, though. That's a good looking fish. He's got a little something on his gill. But isolated brush piles, you know, maybe a dock or something like that, there's gonna be fish pushing up into that. So the bass are moving shallow this time of year. And with this little bit of stained water, they're gonna be butted right up against covers, trees, bushes, brush. If you can get in there and pitch that weedless worm, you're gonna be able to pull them right out, no problem at all. So let's switch over and kind of talk about some shallow structure this time of year. What I like to do, I'm gonna approach it with the same exact baits, but what I like to do is I like to go by first, and I'm gonna throw my spinner bait and see if I can't get any fish that are, you know, really active, searching for bait fish, or, you know, something that's gonna just shoot over and react to my bait and come out and hit it. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and throw that Texas rig worm, and I'm gonna shoot it by all the corners and as many pockets and shade pockets that I can get into around this dock, and see if there's any fish, you know, sitting in there that are a little bit more lethargic and kind of just waiting for, you know, a little bit easier meal, or something that seems to them like, hey, you know, that's something I really can't give up this time of year, or just in general, you know, something that they really feel like, oh, you know, that's something good and that's easy. You know, it's just kind of sitting there bobbing up and down on the bottom, and it's really in their strike zone, as opposed to, you know, these bass that we're targeting with this spinner bait, where those bass are kind of more active, a little bit higher in the water column. More often, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, a few of the reaction strikes, we're not going to draw some of these bigger bass off the bottom of the water, but more often than not, that's the separation between the two different fish that we're looking for. You know, it's not that we're honestly trying to catch the same fish with both of these lures. We're trying to catch different fish with all of these lures that we have set up, because this fish and this fish aren't necessarily going to hit the same lure on the same day at the same time, even in the same spot. So remember, guys, if you like today's video, go ahead and hit that like button below. Really helps me get this video out across YouTube and spread and share my message to other people. So if you could help me out, I'd really appreciate it. Remember, y'all, I'm Mike G. This is Largemouth Blast, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.